Complex tissue. A tissue is said to be complex if it is made up of many types of cells. Earlier we had seen simple tissues, and simple tissues are tissues that are made up of a single type of cells. Here we are going to learn two kinds of complex tissues, and those are, one is the xylem and phloem. Each of them, xylem and phloem, are made up of many types of cells, hence they are called complex permanent tissue. Let's first take up the xylem tissue. The xylem tissue helps the plant in the conduction of water and minerals. The water and minerals that are absorbed by the roots are taken to the different parts of the plant by the xylem. Now, xylem consists of four kinds of cells, and they are the tracheids, vessels, xylem parenchyma, and xylem sclerenchyma. The tracheids and the vessels are the main conducting cells of the xylem. Most of the water and the minerals are transported through the vessels and tracheids. These cells are tubular and they are placed end to end. They form long channels through which the water moves up into the plant. Next are the xylem parenchyma, which is a parenchymatous tissues, and these are the only living cells of the xylem. All the other cells of the xylem are dead, and this xylem parenchyma helps to store food and also helps in the sideways conduction of water. They are the only living cells of the xylem. And last we have the xylem sclerenchyma, which are also called xylem fibers. These are dead cells and give mechanical support to the xylem. So here's the picture of xylem fiber. So here's a picture of the xylem with all its components together. We have the tracheids. These are the vessels and the main conducting cells. Then we have the xylem parenchyma. These are the xylem parenchyma, which helps in the storage of food. The water moves up the xylem along these tubular structures called the vessels and the tracheids. Water together with minerals moves up the xylem. The 2 points we need to remember. In the xylem, most of the cells are dead, except the xylem parenchyma. Xylem parenchyma is the only cell of the xylem that are living. The cells of the xylem are lignified. They are filled with lignin, and hence they are dead. And another thing we need to remember about the xylem is it transports water and minerals only in one direction, upwards. That is, from the root to the plant, not in the opposite direction. It's unidirectional. The movement in xylem is unidirectional. Now we'll get on to phloem. It's the other tissue which is always found close to xylem, and this phloem transports food to the different parts of the plant. Phloem is a complex tissue and is made up of 4 different kinds of cells. Let's go ahead and see which are the 4 different types of cells that the phloem is made up of. The 4 components of phloem is the sieve tubes, the companion cells, phloem parenchyma, and phloem fibers. So first we'll mark the sieve tubes. These are the sieve tubes. These are long tubular cells which are placed end to end. Placed end to end. Between the 2 sieve tubes, you'll always find the sieve plates. This is the wall between 2 cells that is perforated and has little pores. Through these pores, material move from one cell to the other in both the directions, upwards and downwards. Then the next type of cells are the companion cells that are found associated with the phloem. Then we have the phloem parenchyma, which is shown in this picture. Phloem, the phloem parenchyma, and then we have the phloem fibers. Here you can see the sieve tubes, and the transverse walls of the sieve tubes have got perforations called the sieve plates. These perforations or pores help material to move from one cell to the other. So we need to remember that phloem transports food through the plant. It is a living tissue. All the components are living cells except the phloem fibers. And the phloem fibers are the only ones that are dead. All other components are living. And the transport in phloem is in both directions. In the xylem, it was only in one direction, but in phloem, the food moves upwards and it also moves downwards. The xylem and the phloem together make up the vascular bundle. The vascular bundle has made possible the survival of plants in the terrestrial environment. So the vascular bundle consists of two conducting tissues, xylem and phloem, one carrying food and other carrying water. Here was a little mistake on the spelling of parenchyma. It is Parenchyma.